Where do I even begin? I haven't really personally had the experience of discrimination, let's just say, towards me personally, really. Today's been a hard day. I woke up to a post by one of my friends' wives. Sorry, let me turn that off. Woke up to one of my friend's wives posting a very transphobic comment about some radio host or whatever somewhere in the Midwest commenting on how Caitlyn Jenner could never be a real woman because she has never menstruated, she has never given birth, she has never gone through menopause, she's never had period cramps, she's never experienced, misogyny, never experienced catcalling, none of that stuff. And I wanted to comment on that, and I did. And it turned into a 2-hour-long exchange on Facebook going back and forth. And the whole point I was trying to make was that gender and your physical body, gender and sex are not the same thing. And what is gender? How do you describe gender? I'm transgender. I identify as gender non-conforming or gender neutral. Some days genderqueer, if I'm feeling really gay about it. And I'm aware of my own gender. I know my gender. My gender isn't up to anybody else to decide for me. I get to decide. Because I know, because I live in my body. Because I live in my mind, because I know what's in my soul. But how do you communicate that to other people who can't even conceptualize that? Like they have no concept, because they're cisgendered, because their body and their brain and everything about them aligns perfectly and predictably. They have no concept of what it's like. And how do you get your message across without getting angry immediately, which is usually my fallback. Not my fallback. I get angry first, and then I don't even know. I don't think it's up to me to educate every single person in my life about what it is to be transgender and about gender itself. And I'm still in the discovery process myself, so I don't think that I'm an authority on gender or sexuality or anything. But I need to be able to discuss these things with the people in my life, especially if I discover that there are people in my life who have issues with trans people. And I think my initial response to that is, fuck you, get out of my life. But I'm kind of realizing that if I don't take that time to try to educate them somewhat, I just think there's a lot of opportunity for information to be passed around in a positive way, where a lot of cisgendered people could actually learn about transgendered people in a non-confrontational and I guess non-confrontational environment. But the problem is, how do you get through to them when they don't want to hear anything you have to say because they are so dead set on their opinion and thinking that it's true? This is really difficult. I don't know how to navigate this. I don't know how to be a teacher. I don't know how to stand up for this cause. I mean, maybe I actually do, and I'm not giving myself enough credit because I was able to withstand all of their battery for 2 hours. She called me a woman. I'm not a woman. I'm not a man either. But I said I'm not a woman, and she called me a woman anyway. And that's pretty much the only time that's ever happened in my life, where somebody has refused to see me for who I am, or maybe a lot of other people don't agree with who I am, but I don't know about it. This is the first time that I was straight up confronted. I don't know, I'm reeling from this. This is a hard one, because the person she's married to is a very good friend of mine, and I would hate to think that my friend shares this opinion. And we are talking about facts versus opinion. We are talking about science versus religion, maybe. I don't know. All I know is that nobody has the right to tell anybody else what their gender is. Stay out of my business, is what I want to say. But what would be more beneficial in terms of teaching somebody is to be able to talk about gender in a way. Oh, I don't know. I'm 27 days away from top surgery. And this shit is getting really real. I cried about my surgery for the first time the other day. Like, really cried. Alone, by myself, just weeping. Part of it was relief because it's so soon, it's coming. I know it's coming. And part of it is such extreme anxiety about what life after surgery is going to be like. And I've mentioned this in a lot of other videos. But it's really important to keep talking about it, because I'm trying to find the calendar to make sure I am actually 27 days. Yeah, 27 days. Wow. I was writing on my Tumblr about a lot of the anticipation I have about the freedom, not binding, not hiding. Am I gonna get some kind of male privilege that I haven't earned? Am I gonna be able to, in essence, disappear from being so other because of the color of my skin, because of the masculine presentation that I have, and because of the flat chest I'm going to have? Right now, it's kind of a 50-50 split between whether I get sir'd or ma'amed, which I find hilarious because I do present in a very masculine way. My energy, I've been told, is pretty masculine, and I pretty much wear the same thing every day. I don't have that much clothing because nothing really fits my body. Usually t-shirts and shorts, t-shirts and jeans, maybe a hoodie, maybe a button-down shirt. I don't really deviate that far from that, and it's just funny to me when I get ma'amed, because I feel the farthest thing away from a ma'am most of the time. I definitely identify with more of the masculine qualities about me. That's not to say that I don't identify with any of the female qualities about me, but they're not really at the forefront of my day-to-day. I do find that when I'm with clients, I don't even know how to say this. None of what I'm saying is meant to offend anybody. If it does, if anybody sees this, and I'm still wrapping my head around all of this language and trying to be as inclusive as possible. But you know, I have to speak from what I know today. I was raised female. I was socialized female. I can relate to being female. When I'm with female clients, I think I tend to soften my energy a little bit. When I'm with male clients, the first thing I do is set a boundary physically. I shake their hand. A lot of my female clients I hug. Male clients, I feel like I have to assert myself and prove myself from the moment that I meet them so as not to be taken advantage of in any way. I feel like I have a lot more to prove when it comes to working with male clients because actually, it might not be about them. It might be about what I think I need to do in order to be taken seriously or not be taken advantage of. And that's my socialization as female. Assuming that men are going to take advantage of me. And assuming I need to be a tough guy to stand up to them so that they can't. And that's something I definitely am becoming more and more aware of. But what's interesting, I think, that's going to happen with surgery is that I may disappear as a female. Which is fine, in some ways. But I mean, I don't know that I'm ever going to be read as female again. That's huge. But I don't want to be read as male either because I don't want to erase my queerness. Because I'm really freaking proud of being queer. I'm a butch. I don't want to lose that just because I don't have breasts. I'm a non-binary butch. I'm a gender-neutral, non-conforming butch, but I'm still a butch. And I have a femme partner. And I don't want to lose my queerness. Every freaking video I've watched has said that it gets harder the closer you get to surgery, that you get more and more emotional, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But it's really freaking true. And I have a lot of serious feelings about all this that I didn't really know I had that are just coming out. God, I'm so close. I'm not scared about the surgery. I've had surgery before. I know that they're going to put me out. I'm going to wake up and my entire freaking world is going to be different. I don't know if I'm ready for that. How could you be ready for that? You just have to do it and you have to deal with whatever happens on the other side. I've been called brave for living a true and authentic life. I'm not sure that I deserve that word yet. I think the most important thing for me moving forward is I've been so anti my body for so long. I need to learn how to love this new body. And I need to take my love for my body and for who I am. And I really need to make myself available to other people who don't have the same privilege and ability and clarity as I do. I would love to work with trans youth. I would love to volunteer. I would love to talk about my story, which I think is no more special or unique than anybody else's, but I think it's worth hearing, if I do say so myself. As a musician, I don't know of any other non-binary drummers in the world, so there's that. That's going to be interesting when my band's album comes out next year. That's a whole, I haven't even thought about that. I know this video is really long. I'm going to try to wrap it up, but this is some important stuff. I think I just want to say, like, oh, there's so much I want to say, but you know what I've started to be aware of in the last few weeks is how real change is only going to happen people have to be open to change or it's not going to happen. You can't force somebody to see what they don't want to see. You can't force somebody to believe what they don't want to believe. And you have to live by example. And you have to be a loving and open person. And you have to look bigotry and transphobia and homophobia in the face and tell people that you don't stand for it, no matter what they think about you. It's not okay for them to spout such hate. You have to counteract their hate with twice as much love. And that's really hard to do when they're throwing all of this at you. When they're telling you that your identity isn't a real thing. And that how I know my body, I know my gender, I'll say it again. I know who I am. And nobody has the right to tell you that you're not who you are or what you are. Nobody has that right. And for them to even assume that they have any comment or that they whatever they think about you is none of your business. What is your business is how you treat other people and how much love you can put into the world and how much you can help and counsel and support other people who are going through similar struggles, because we will get stronger together and we can fight these battles together. But I don't want to fight, you know. It's just like, opinions are not facts. Everybody has an opinion, right? We've all heard that old joke. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one and they all stink. That's fine. This is kind of what I want to say to everybody who doesn't believe in transgender, doesn't understand transgender, can't wrap their head around transgender, whatever it is. We're still here. We exist. So therefore, it doesn't matter if you don't believe that we exist. The point is, we do actually exist, because I am standing here telling you that I am transgender and I exist. And I have every right to stand here and to be exactly who I am. Just like I am giving you that right for you to stand there and be exactly who you are. And we don't have to agree on everything. In fact, we can agree to disagree. But you can't tell me that I don't exist. Thanks so much for watching this. And, yeah, 27 days to go till my top surgery. You know I'll be making other videos between now and then. I'm sorry if this one was really serious and heavy, but this is where I am in my process. I hope everybody has a wonderful day.